Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and you guys remember just a few days ago when Alex Padilla was handcuffed because he interrupted, really kind of went nuts at a Kristi Noem event? Well, the news just got worse for him. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. If you haven't noticed by now, the Democrat play here is going to be, look at how we were abused after we caused a ruckus at an immigration center or during a press conference or whatever. That's the play. That's how they're going to ride into the next elections, the midterm elections in 2026. They want to ride in on that horse, on the horse of, look at us standing up to Trump, and we're getting abused by the administration. Well, Alex Padilla, who nobody heard of, in my opinion, till like a few days ago. Maybe if you're in California, you heard of the guy, but he's not. This is not Cory Booker. This is not Schumer. It's not Elizabeth Warren. It's not Bernie Sanders. It's not John Fetterman. This is a guy hardly anybody knows. So this was very big for him. Well, the news just got worse for him because he's made an absolute clown of himself. An absolute clown. Went before Senate. Now, this is days after the event, crying like a little baby about what happened to him. You're supposed to be a big, tough man. What happened? Breaking down in tears. And it's the phoniest crying you've ever seen in your life. Look, this guy was not that traumatized. He was in handcuffs for like a minute, and he's still crying. What happened to men being strong? What happened? Do women find this attractive? Honestly, I mean, let me know when you talk in the comments, ladies out there. Do you find this attractive? I was always raised to believe a man is strong. You know, when and I'll just say this real quick. When my mom passed away, I wanted to cry, and I did in private, but not in front of my family who needed me there at that moment. Not in front of my sisters and my nieces who needed me to be strong for them in that moment. This guy goes in front of the whole country and cries. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with crying, by the way. If you lose someone and you cry in front of people, that's fine. It really is. Something serious like that, it is. It's just not something I tend to do because I was just raised a certain way, being Italian and from New Jersey. It's a little different, at least how I was raised. But to see this, crying in front of the world, like a little baby, absolutely horrible. Absolutely, and fake. In my opinion, absolutely fake. Well, I want you to watch it, and then I want you to watch the takedown by Anna Paulina Luna and Jesse Waters, and let me know what you think in the comments.
He cried today.
I was forced to the ground. First on my knees, and then flat on my chest. And as I was handcuffed and marched down a hallway, repeatedly asking, why am I being detained? Not once did they tell me why. I pray you never have a moment like this.
Padilla, great point. They're putting their lives in danger. Federal workers who they're there to protect, they say. When men cry at work or when men cry on national TV like Senator Padilla, is that an attractive look?
No. In fact, I think he's suffering from low T, especially being that he actually lunged at a woman, which is why he was apprehended.
Right. Could you imagine if a Republican senator lunged at a female cabinet secretary and started screaming at her? It would be the war on women all over again.
Real men don't do that. And the fact that he did, I think, is telling as to who he is as an individual and vehemently condemn what he did to Secretary Noem. To her credit, she actually did, I think, calm what happened and separately exchange numbers with him from what I had heard. But I would advise her to stay away from him because someone like that's going to use this as a political talking point to get reelected. The guy's not a good dude.
Yeah, she had to give her number. He was like, here's my number. Get away from me, creep. Oh, man.